Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Now we're back with the regular videos, remakes, songs from scratch. Let's go. In today's video, I'll show you my remake of Womp, the new track with Mike Williams and Firebeats. Overall, I think you can learn a lot from the way this song is structured, as it's very, very simple, but really powerful as well. This is a very simple track. Like I said, I can't get the lead sounding exactly right. If anyone in the comments knows, like, it's such a simple sound, I know that, but I can't figure it out. I got it sounding pretty similar. This is the main lead. So this is a very simple sound. Okay, we have a saw wave, right? 3 voices, 32% unison. What is this? Yeah, unison detune. The reason why it's at 3 voices, no more no less, is because the sound is very thin, but it is extremely detuned. And if you do it at 2 voices, you get this. You need that sound that's in the middle, and then the 2 on the sides are the detuned sounds. Wait, this could actually be... Yeah, I don't know. It actually could be just 2 voices, but I'm not sure. It's pitched up 36 cents because it is that for some reason in the song. It's like a little bit above the key of F. I think it's in F minor. I don't know why, but I had to raise it like a little bit. The volume envelope looks like this. You have a little bit of an attack. You have a quick decay and a little bit of release. The volume envelope also controls the cutoff here. Envelope 2 is just controlling the noise level. Effects wise, we have a lot of soft clip distortion. Without it, sounds like this. It makes it really loud and just beefs it up, basically. You have a tiny bit of reverb, which I automate here, just in the beginning. Because you have this. The reverb sort of goes up and then dies down. But that is the main sound. It's super, super simple. There's nothing more to it. Again, I couldn't really get it down. I tried a lot of different things. We also have this layer up here. But it ended up sounding like too brassy and stuff like that. This one is like a little bit more brassy sounding. But these sounds... they're all kind of similar. They just add like a little bit to it. I actually just think it's one sound in the original track. I don't think there are like any layers to it. But yeah, I also think that the main difference between the sound that I made and the original sound has something to do with the way that the cutoff... like... that one's a little bit more... it's hard to explain. It has nothing to do with the resonance. It has more to do with the shape of the filter, the way it sort of moves. I think that's the main difference, and I couldn't really figure it out. So, but I might be missing something else as well. Oh, we got an order. Let's see. Danny from the Netherlands. Thank you for buying the Serum Soundbank Volume 2. Perfect time to mention if you want to get my sounds and samples that I used to produce. Head over to mhamusic.com. But yeah, that's the lead. And then it has obviously these automations, both delay automations and reverb automations. And the way that's set up is, if we look in the mixer, we have a lot of channels playing. These are the layers that we have for the lead. This is the main one. Those are the brassy ones, which I made first and I didn't really like. And this is the sort of main lead. But these are all linked. You can ignore the Serum one, by the way. These 3 are linked here only, not to the master, just here, where I only have an EQ like this. That, in turn, is linked to 3 channels, where these 2 are reverb and delay channels. And this one is just a dry sort of landing channel. So on the delay channel, I have no dry signal because we only want the wet signal, and the delay is set up like this. Just a simple ping pong delay with an EQ like this. I want to get rid of the lows. If you set it up in parallel, you will have so much more control of your reverb or delay. The reverb, we have Valhalla Vintage Verb. I love it. Also, Fruity Reverb 2 made a comeback for this remake. Also, these effects, they don't make a huge difference. That's the main sound. It's mostly EQs, a tiny bit of OTT, I think. Prisma, I used that for distortion, but it doesn't do very much. I used Ozone 9 to do some EQ matching to the lead here in the original. That didn't really do much either. It's mostly just EQing and a little bit of distortion. But after the delay and reverb channels, it just goes to an empty channel and then to the sidechain channel. So there's not a lot of processing on this, and that is the leads. That's the only thing. So if we mute the leads, we can hear everything that's left. It's almost nothing. I think it's really fun how this track is so bare bones, but it sounds so huge. And obviously mine doesn't sound exactly like the original, but it still has the same components. This kind of genre is very different from Mike Williams's old Happy Future House tracks. There are just more elements in general compared to this, where there's literally just drums, bass, and a lead, and a little bit of ear candy. That's it. So let's mute the bass, and we'll just hear the drums and the ear candy. This is the sidechain, by the way, for the bass and the lead. Without that, it would sound horrible. But yeah, we just have a recorded reverb thing. We have this, which is white noise, and a glitch effect. And then we have this. He has like a little bam thing. I don't know. It's an alarm loop from Ascend that has like EQ and manipulator and stuff on it. And here's a different one as well. These are both two alarm loops. And like a light impact here as well. I have to say, I really like this. It sounds like so dirty and gritty. I don't know. I like it. Here we have two basses. Some presets which I just sampled and reversed. Like this one from the Third Vital Bank, I think. And this one as well. This, which I don't even think is in the original track. And we also have this, which is like a saw wave, detune kind of thing, with a little bit of distortion, a lot of white noise, some wave shaper, EQ like that, fresh air, bit of imager, and some chorus as well. Sounds like this in the original. It's not that similar. It should have like a bit more distortion and stuff, but that's the sound essentially. And the crazy thing is, like, there's not much more in here to show you. For the drums, these are all samples from my upcoming sample pack. Like really punchy kick. One clap to the right, one to the left. And this one for some tail. Hi-hat from Ascend. In the second part, there's not a lot of stuff happening. We just add some sort of hi-hats and stuff. And we also had this, which is obviously not the same vocal sample as in the original, but it's just some vocals that's chopped up, basically, with reverb and delay. And here's sort of the interesting part, the bass. Or one could say the not so interesting part. It is literally this all the time, pretty much. That is the short bass cyberpunk, with the lows cut off from them a bit. We have a bit of this super tight enabled. Basically just making it tighter. And we also have short bass 808 thing. These are all from the Third Vital Bank, I think. That 808 preset gives it like this really nice punch. The crazy thing is, that's the entire track. For me personally, I actually really like this track. It's very different from what Mike Williams usually does, but he's sort of transitioning into this style more and more. I did this version with just like one chord change in the second part. It would have been nice to have something like that in the track, but I see what they're going for. But it does kind of sound like just one long extended intro. Like it just builds and builds, but it's made for the dance floor, so and it is very groovy and very cool and very aggressive and very danceable, so it does the job very well. On the master, a lot of you guys ask about my mixing. To me, there's no such thing as mixing. If we remove the concept of mixing, because people tend to think of mixing and mastering as two very separate things that you do. You're gonna sit down and do first producing and then mixing and then mastering. That's not how it works for me, and for the majority of producers as well, I think. You just mix as you go. Like this, all the leveling here, that would be part of mixing. These EQs, these delays, these reverbs, that would be part of mixing. Mixing and producing goes hand in hand together, and they're part of the same thing, in my opinion. It's just a matter of like applying EQs, the right level, the right volume of the sounds. And then for mastering, like I just have an invisible limiter on my master. I push it down as far as I can, and I push it up as far as I can. That's literally the only thing I do. And if your mixing is done in an okay way, then this is a great sort of simple master to do. But yeah, that was my remake of Womp. Sort of a shorter, very simple video today. I hope you enjoyed. I don't know. I'm a bit tired. I don't know if you can tell. So probably not the most entertaining video ever on this channel. But I actually had a really fun time making this. I lost a few centimeters of my hairline trying to figure the lead out, which I still haven't done. But it was fun nonetheless. I've actually found that remaking songs is where you learn the absolute most in music production. It's where I have improved the most over the last few years, I think. That's where all of my technical improvements have come from. Because you understand things from a different perspective. If you try to make something sound as similar as possible to something that you really like that already exists, if you can make that happen, then the only thing that separates you from that artist or that song that you really like is coming up with your own sort of idea, and that's a different side of it. You have the technical and you have the creative part. And since a lot of people struggle with like, MHA, how do I mix my songs better? If you remake a song that you like and you can get it sounding like pretty similar, then you have it, and you'll realize that there's no secret like to mixing or a formula that works for everything. A lot of talking in this video. Sorry about that. Hope you liked the video. Hope you liked the remake. Let me know what you think. Also, if you know how to remake the actual lead, write a comment, because I want to know. But yeah, that's me signing out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye bye.